Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're going to be reading more Land of the Lustrous, Hoseki no Kuni, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how much, but we're going to keep going until I stop. And yeah, excited to continue. I thought last week went well. Kind of, albeit the content was a little bit, oh, we're building up to something, then I didn't really see what we were building up to. Again, time didn't really permit. But here's the good news. We can kind of get straight into it this week, and that's for a couple of reasons. I have no YouTube comments. Now, I think there's two scenarios at play here a little bit. One is that, hey, I think that something big is about to happen, and then people will be able to comment on it, right? The other one is I didn't tell anybody that the YouTube comments were a thing last week when I was shilling the Patreon. So, hey, if you pay me money on Patreon and get the videos 1 week early, you also have access to the YouTube comments. You can tell me various things, you know, add your knowledge of the manga or whatever else in your comment. Just say, hey, it's all available to you. So again, that is a perk there if you want to communicate with me directly. As always, the Discord is another great way to do that. If you think that, again, a certain piece of context or something from the past that needed reminding about, like a lot of stuff, please let me know. Communicate. I like communication. It's very cool. Speaking of communication, I think I missed my Patreon shout out last week, at least in one of the videos, so I keep doing that. I apologize. I've got it up here ready to go now. Again, if you want these videos 1 week early, they are up on Patreon. Many people have given me money, which I appreciate them doing, such as Mickey Babbers, AJ, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, Bisa, Bobbin, Capella, Choberibi, Copley, Sinarin, Dapper Dwarf, Darky26, Domobot, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fleur Nightingale, Fruit, Fusel, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Gus N, Hans Peter, Ika, Yako Yavnen, Jacob R, Jami Boo, Joran, Kasogtha, Kelvin, Clem, Nosta, Cot Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Marco-san, Mistake L Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Parnik, Pencil Sharp 333, Ragashingo, Ron Ledby K, Saint Lily, Sal, 71373, Skeleton, Tentacult Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Yuki Ali, Zach, Shinchio Iyoshi, Akomancer, Binchi, Voodoo Chili, Aidan O'Brien, Nico Lane, and the Lazy Panda Man. Thank you to everybody for giving me money. I enjoy the money. And yeah, briefly setting this up before we just jump straight back in. Again, manga's a little bit different to anime in that regard. I don't need to, set up a video or anything. I can just start reading, which is cool. What even happened? Okay, so Foss, right? Foss seems to be the focus of the manga, considering that he's the main character. Foss wants to learn stuff, gain knowledge, change, evolve with time. And we're positing the question of, is that ultimately a good thing morally? It was Ghost, right? Ghost was the one that was being risked by Foss in the pursuit of knowledge, especially about Adamant, right? I'm suspicious about Adamant. I want to see what Adamant will do in this situation. I'm willing and able to risk Ghost's life in finding out this information. Foss then reflects about that and thinks, oh shit, is this, pursuit of knowledge changing me, and not changing me for the better? Am I going to forsake my friends in the process of gaining knowledge? That doesn't sound like a good thing at all. Ultimately, this is all for Shincha, this is all for Cinnabar, this is, well, it's all for a lot of things, right? But Hart and Tark as well, obviously. If I'm going to forsake my friends in gaining this knowledge, then what's the point of any of it? Because I'm doing it for my friends, Interesting question being posited by the narrative, I think. On the other side of things, I think that we have Yellow Diamond and Daya working together, which is pretty cool, as well as Zircon and Bortz, which seems to be that kind of odd couple energy. And yeah, I think there's still some stuff that was in the TV anime that I still haven't got to yet in the manga. I believe it skipped around to about chapter 36, so maybe I'll be reminded of something that I watched 2.5 years ago. That could be funny. But yeah, I think I'm just going to jump in here. And again, stopping point stuff, I would appreciate a little bit of knowledge, just a chapter number saying, hey, this would be a good spot to stop. Maybe. But again, as I've said, the structure of this thing is like a manga. It's meant to be consumed week by week. That's the goal of this thing, so I don't know. On that same point, I didn't see any feedback regarding size of manga, but when I was editing it, I was like, oh, it's a little bit small in certain spots. It's harder to read, so maybe that'll be better. I don't know, I'm just Just playing around with OBS as you do. Maybe there's fine. And yeah, I believe this is exactly where we ended with the chapter title Reversal. Obviously, I thought Adamant was the one that mightn't have our best interests in mind, but as it turns out, I was the monster all along. Oh my god, how deep. Next up, we have chapter 35, a pear. Not the fruit, but I think everybody's got a pear, if you know what I mean. It's one way or another, I guess. Seems like Adamant is aura farming on the edge of a cliff, and the art is broadly quite nice. I like how sharp the angles are here. Like, put it this way, I don't think I'm going to struggle to find thumbnail material with this manga. I think it's going to be quite easy. It's very pretty. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Foss was talking with Rutiel, saying, hey, do you ever find, like, little pieces that don't belong to whoever you're putting back together? And then he's like, no, I don't. So that implies that Adamant goes and collects them. So that's potentially what he's doing here, putting himself back together. Oh no, it seems like he's throwing them into the ocean and then experiencing some kind of climax of sorts. Indeed. Weird, it's like he's put the pieces into a wishing well, almost, like thrown the pieces as you would, like, scatter something in the wind, and then that, like, piece of worship, almost, is putting him back together? If I'm reading this correctly, because it's a little bit obscure to me. It feels like, you know Prometheus, where that guy, like, throws that bullshit in the water and then, like, dies? No, I'm being very non-specific there, but it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And again, that's obviously got the vibe of a, like, progenitor, a creator, the person that's in control of everything. I think that's similar to the vibe that Adamant gives off. And then he says, despicable, I'm so sleepy. Okay. So he's, like, blaming himself or something. Does that make any sense? Like, I understand that what I'm doing is not morally correct. I'm disappointed in my actions. Thusly, yeah. Interesting character. Obviously, a lot there left to do. But I guess this indicates to the audience that whatever he's doing, it's with at least a little bit of, like, hesitancy. Like, he does it with a heavy heart. He's not malicious in his actions. Bit of reflection here between Adamant and Foss, which is cool. I don't mean to betray everyone, but every time I try to find out Sensei secrets, I end up with more of my own. Oh, secrets that you're keeping. Yeah, true. Just in the art department here, I like Foss's shadow casting a similar shadow to the structure, right? To the building that they reside in. To this kind of fortress that obviously symbolizes Adamant in a lot of ways, right? We're creating a reflection there between the two, in my opinion, right? Long shadows again, right? Like, he's casting a long shadow there, I think. Yeah, again, these two characters are being linked in my mind based on the visual language. Very, very cool. Am I going to keep repeating this forever, all alone? Love this page. Almost like tripping out. I wonder if this actually goes anywhere? No. Okay. I was wondering if we were going to go, like, full abstract and, like, oh my god, I'm hallucinating or something. But no, it's just like, This kind of geometric construction makes me think, like, I'm delving deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. Like, am I doomed to keep repeating this same process, go in a circle, continue falling and falling and falling, without anything to show for it, right? Again, that same question I posited at the start. What is ultimately the point here of what I'm doing? Oh yes, I do remember this character too. They had the blue hair. Let me look this up. Yeah, they had a different name though. It was like Benny something. We go Benny Toiti. I don't know about that. They had a different name. I remember Benito, of course. Yes, this is the character, and they fucked up, and now we're going to do something with that with Foss. Again, more fun character reflection stuff, like, I feel guilty, I feel guilty, like, it's pretty obvious, but it's there. But again, we always bring back the comedy, so what's it been, like, 6 or 7 pages in this chapter or something, right? We're already back to something at least a little bit humorous, which I applaud the manga for, I think. And is that Jade lurking in the back, I think? Somebody, I don't know. Benito hurt the northeast vessel by mistake. Thanks to that, our whole plan was a total failure, and now the klutz won't stop moping about it. Maybe you could be a little gentler. It's important to face one's faults head on. Foss, I don't know. The poor gem is shattered. But hey, they still didn't get anybody, and none of us had fought a triple before. Oh baby, a triple. You can't expect things to go perfectly. It's okay. Foss, don't think so hard. Maybe. Maybe what are we thinking about? Maybe I'm overthinking things too. Yeah, okay, again, we know that we're reflecting the characters here. And again, seeing somebody else, like, moping about and, like, thinking about their own mistakes and getting down in the dumps about it, leads to self-reflection. Am I actually looking like this too? You put in a mirror to it. But maybe not. Foss, Ghost was looking for you. Benito, on second thought, there is something, and it seems like you're going to say something. And then Ghost shows up, so Foss, out of nowhere, like Ghost likes to do. And then it seems like Foss kind of shits himself. I can't even just walk up like normal. You're not at 100% yet. I can feel your presence. The glue must not have fully set. Okay, so implying that if you were fully set, then I couldn't see you and I couldn't observe you. Or at least that kind of vibe. I don't know if it's going to be that specific. So Foss, here, the old war diary. Oh, Blue Moon, day 4. Sunny. Blue Moon? Weird. But obviously Ghost runs that library, found something that Foss was looking for. I vaguely remember this being hinted towards last week, that there was some kind of old document that we were reading up on, right? To try to find some stuff out. They're lively today in the warmer water temperatures. Once again, it was a battle, and all the food was gone in an instant. We had a small crop of fragrantia fruit this year, so I mixed some banded fruit in with their food, but they noticed and left the banded fruit untouched. Now I have extra cleaning to do around the front pond. Blue Moon, day 5, sunny. Last night's typhoon sent the jellyfish to the southwest corner. Their tentacles got all tangled together. It was utter chaos. It took me 2 nights without sleep to get them loose. This is a jellyfish rearing log. Yeah, I was like, I don't understand anything to do there. That's odd. Okay, so they're like farming jellyfish, and we thought it was a war diary. This has to have some kind of hidden meaning or something, right? Otherwise, why would we waste time setting it up? Again, we'll just continue. We're not gonna, think about any of this in much detail. It's the title, Brutality, Record of My Bitter War. It's way too misleading. Who wrote this? I'm going to the moon to give that gem a piece of my mind. Yeah, who wrote the book? I'm forgetting. But obviously somebody that had been taken. Yeah, fair enough. They just had a very strong opinion of their jellyfish farming. Fair enough. It means we all find value in different occupations. Maybe that's an interesting one too, considering Foss's story. I'm sorry it wasn't any help after all the trouble I put you through. Oh no, if Lapis were here... Oh, okay. Yeah, Lapis was the one that you liked. And again, as I've spoken about before, we like pairing up gems a lot. Like, each person has their, like, significant other almost. But yeah, think about it that way with Yellow Diamond, right? Like, you've had many people that could be associated with that title over time, and you just keep losing them. That's got to build up. But I mean, just off the top of my head, Dia and Bortz, Foss and Shinsha, Cinnabar, Untark and Adamant, if you wanted to be that specific too. Yeah, one to watch. It's definitely something that continues to be a trend. Oh, and it seems like Foss has forgotten about Lapis. Oh, that's right, you've forgotten all about Lapis, haven't you? I'm very sorry. Lapis was very smart. That gem had every book in the library memorized. Not only that, but the crystal inside me would actually listen to Lapis. Pardon? The crystal inside me would actually listen to Lapis. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, let's go see Rutil and talk about your erratic behavior while we're there. I'm not overtired. See this black part? According to Sensei, I'm made up of 2 different crystals. There's another gem inside me. One who always jumps ahead of me, doing things that surprise everyone. That's what happened yesterday. This gem just had to help Lapis. We do what Lapis tells us to do. When we're together, we could handle any job. It sounds like you were happy. Okay. I, like, multiple personalities, almost? Or, like, there's a part of my makeup that makes me do certain things. So, no, again, everybody gets a little bit different around certain people. But I think this is just their own kind of, like, biological system justifying it, I guess. Like, everybody acts out of character and, has emotional outbursts and that kind of thing. I guess we're, like, like giving that a physical presence almost. Or we're going full like mixed personality, you know, DID stuff, which again, we could go in that direction too. And Foss has just taken it like a champ. I would think that this would be some kind of big revelation to the point of like further examination. Like, what do you mean by that? Explain further. Show me this other side of yourself. Something like that. I do like this here, like, you know, gazing at the window and, you know, daydreaming about what was before. And again, I've said this kind of thing before, but I feel like at some point we are going to the moon, and then we're going to meet a lot of these characters, and then Foss is going to do Foss things and learn a bunch of shit. Like, I feel like that's just where the narrative's going. Maybe a poor comparison, but at the moment it feels very Promised Neverland-y, if you know what I mean. Like, it's almost like we've been restricted information on the outside world and what it's really like out there, and we just live in our little bubble and haven't really experienced much of anything else. And again, that applies to a lot of narratives, not just Promised Neverland, but, you know, I think it's an apt comparison. At least no one's eating anybody. Spoilers, I guess. But talking about it won't help anything. You wanted to know how the Lunarians communicate? I'll do a little more research. Foss seems stunned. The new you, Foss. It's a little like Lapis. It's comforting. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'll help in any way I can. And of course, we must remember what Foss did, right? Put your life at stake. This must be hurting at least a little bit, right? Seems like we're asking a question. Any? And then whatever you need, I'll help. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by anything? Anything? Anything. I don't know. Do you want... We're gonna... I can kind of see what Foss is thinking here. Can I use you, maybe? Okay, we'll see. We'll see if that's where it's going. I don't want to be wrong. It seems like Foss is jelloing out or something. And then... I don't know what Ghost is doing. Just looking? Just staring? Yeah, I guess that's the tension. Foss is thinking, well, shit, okay, I could use you as bait. I think. And then you're grappling with that dark part of yourself, and you don't really know what's happening. You're in the dark. You're in the light. You're considering certain things. I right-clicked. I think, again, it's harder to tell without, like, I guess, indicators in an anime telling you the tone of a scene. I'm okay for now. I can't afford to drag anyone else into this. First of all, I'm the only one who suspects Sensei of anything. I will always be alone on this What? Whoa, we're going underwater again. What? So are you even out on the water? Jellyfish? Maybe. No, they're like rocks or something. And butterflies? The butterflies are quite pretty. Maybe reflecting the kind of pair theme in the chapter as well. Like, everybody's got their equal and opposite, like, either side of a butterfly. Again, looking up at the butterflies, many butterflies together, and contemplating if you'll always be alone on this kind of journey. And then, yeah, falling into the water, but not really falling into the water, and then you say, a new job. And then Shinsha. Maybe you're considering the other side of the pair again. Again, we've almost got that kind of cinema connection to the water there too. Yeah, interesting. This was the other thing I was thinking about as well. Like, Ghost is a ghost. He can kind of not be seen, if you know what I mean. Like, having a stealthy type person would be good for gathering information on Sensei. So... anything? Something? Maybe that's what you were considering as well. I'm watching the reaction of the gold as well. I think that's quite interesting. Again, it almost seemed like it was like... not acting on its own, but kind of. In that previous scene with Ghost over here. Like, is that almost much like Ghost, who has this part of themselves which is almost like this other personality, right? That resonates with Lapis. You have this other part of yourself, Foss, that resonates and lashes out when you don't really mean it. Or, like, acts not always in accordance with yourself. Again, that was the basis for it way back in the day, right? It didn't act when it could have acted and saved on Tark, right? It was too little too late. So again, it goes to say that you don't have full control over it all the time. Almost some symbiote type areas, maybe. But yes, next chapter, a new job. Censor the J word, please. Jesus. But yes, it seems like we're doing something with Cinnabar. I think this is very similar to a previous chapter, in my opinion, where the moon is up, time to get to work, Cinnabar hops up and ready to go, always holding that kind of draw pad, right? That reminder of Foss's words, that reminder of that I will find something for you, I will find a purpose, I will get you involved in everything. Really do like the art style change when it is night. Again, very similar to a previous moment in the manga. Again, just, just that kind of reversal there, that photo negative is quite nice. But yeah, seems like we're bringing the pacing down. It's just kind of Cinnabar climbing. Oh, and then Foss is there. Maybe not. Again, the last contemplation of the previous chapter was, am I always going to be alone on this journey? And then considering Cinnabar, maybe we're going to go have a chat and see what's up. I vaguely chapter 36. I vaguely remember this from the anime, I think. Maybe I'm wrong there, but hey, why are you running from me? Because I have an infinitely bad feeling about this. There's no reason to... You're trying to catch me, aren't you? Look at the net, that's great. It's like a lasso, almost. Yeah, fantastic. Chat, am I stupid? I found a job for you. What job? What are you talking about? I found it, a job for you. To be more accurate, it's a job I can't do with anybody but you. I want you to help me. But isn't that great? We've solved this. At least for now, on page 175 of chapter or volume 5. We've done it. We've solved everything. Oh, this is a great point. Here we go. What about the fun? Huh? You said it would be fun. This doesn't sound like fun. I swear, I will find you a job that only you can do. I'll do it, and it'll be way more fun than night patrol. Yeah, I guess the vibe you're coming in here with is super serious. So you're like reading between the lines like, oh, okay, this doesn't sound like a fun job. This sounds like a mission almost. This sounds like work. Well, a job is work, but you know what I mean. It, doesn't fulfill both parameters of my query. Oh, this is adorable. Those were your exact words. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten those exact words, potentially? And the blush. They're just two peas in a pod. A pair, one may say. Love a good red-headed tsundere, of course. It's a tried and true formula, isn't it? And then, yeah, Foss on the other side. Maybe not losing kind of all aspects of his personality. I really said all that, but fun isn't going to happen. That's just not possible. There are approximately 0 fun elements. No fun. I'm sorry. The job is to help expose Sensei's relationship to the Lunarians. That's the opposite of fun, right? But how is Cinnabar going to help? Because again, Ghost kind of offered and was like, anything? And then it's like, I don't really want to involve you. That could lead to dangerous stuff. So I guess that was the implication of their conversation in the last chapter was, yeah, we could get Ghost to help with the Sensei stuff. I thought, again, I'm just projecting. I'm like, Foss, go to Moon. And I think ultimately go to Moon is part of the find out more about Sensei part 2. You asked me what I was going to do, so I started by looking for the truth. Once I started doubting, everything about Sensei seemed suspicious. In my search for clues, I keep lying to everyone. I don't know if I can see things for what they are anymore. I want you by my side so I can hear your point of view. You just want a friend. You want a like-minded individual to bounce ideas off of. That's great. That's actually completely normal and human and stuff. A different perspective, somebody to keep you in check. Lots of stuff. Also, just date and kiss already. Like, what are we doing? I do like the way the manga kind of demonstrates a pause. So I'm not doing them very well in the dialogue. I'm just kind of skipping past them, right? But I'm sorry. Like a cut over here to like, I'm contemplating things. And then over here, and then that's very quick. Like you can tell the pacing, right? This to this to this is very quick, but this to this to this is very slow. And I think that's where the next level of my manga analysis kind of levels up a lot more as I read more, because again, ultimately I haven't read a lot, is kind of dictating that pacing and it being a good read because of that pacing. Like from here, right? I want you by my side so I can hear your point of view. Big pause, right? And then another small like, if you find out that Sensei has done something unforgivable, what will you do then? I don't know what Foss would do. I really don't. And I don't think Foss knows either. If you haven't thought this through enough to answer that, I can't help you. I knew it. You are terribly smart and extremely careful. That's why I can't do this without you. I'll be back. Terminator style? I hope not. Look at this though. Little compliment over here and then, ooh, I'm interested. I'm interested. But again, this is like exactly what Foss was saying, right? I need somebody to keep me in check and bounce ideas off of, right? I want your perspective. This is Cinnabar's perspective. This is valuable. This is something I hadn't considered fully, or maybe something that I knew deep down inside myself that, again, I hadn't fully considered. And again, I can't do this thing with you until I can answer that question, until I know what's next. And then it seems like Foss walks away, and Cinnabar is left to his own thoughts. But if you just want to team up, then yeah, okay, you're being all tsundere and stuff. Okay, bet. And then, yeah, this is a bit of a strange old cut. Kind of from here, tsundere, under the moonlight, very Cinnabar, very cool, very poisonous. Straight to this scene with Ghost and Foss with the butterflies, almost straight off of the end of chapter 35. Seems like Ghost is following up on what happened before. You were about to ask me something. I want to know what that was. And then, you snuck up on me. Ghost is stealthy. Yeah, what was I going to ask? Feigning ignorance, very cool. Alright, then I have a favor to ask you, says Ghost. Will you pair up with me? Interesting, especially considering this. You know? Bit of a love triangle going on or something. Well, maybe not, but something like that. A teammate triangle. Sensei and the crystal inside me both say it's okay. Again, more evidence to my point where this crystal inside me is one side of my like conscience almost, you know? And again, it's got a literal application because of their biology, but it's more a part of my personality. But yeah, it seems like Foss is going, all right, we're going to team up. And then we scene transition again. You have the convalescent center? What is that? Convalescent. Do I know that word? Let me look that up. Oh, are you helping with the sick or something? Because that's what that means. It's like hospital almost. So you have that, the library, and patrol. You're doing 3 jobs at once. Can you handle it? I'm fine, says Ghost. All I have to do as far as the convalescent center is put pieces of gems there when they happen to make it back to us. Compared to you, Foss, I hardly work at all. I'm unemployed. Random alarm on my phone. Yeah, what? Okay, I guess you help Rutiel, because I just thought that was Rutiel's job. Maybe you gather the pieces and then Rutiel does Rutiel things. I want to help you, but I can't replace Lapis. I'm not smart. That's actually been bugging me lately. What, that you're not smart? I think that bugs a lot of people. But Ghost concurs, me too. Sure. I'm afraid Lapis is too fed up with my stupidity to come home. I think you're projecting. A little bit. That thought bothers me sometimes. I'm tired of praying, so I thought maybe if I change myself... That is the stupid thought. I mean, I know the feeling. Interesting. Okay, so you're aware that this is cope, which is good. Like, I'm tired of just sitting here with my own stupid stuff. I want to make that change. I want to be a person that Lapis could be proud of. And again, maybe in turn that will lead to me finding Lapis again. Okay, you want to change. We can kind of unite on that, I think. And then we're grabbing the scythe out, saying Foss, and there's a sunspot. We have to tell Wait. Before we fight, I want to get close to it and continue my research on how Lunarians communicate. You mean you're going to talk to it? It's a big one. Will you be alright? If it looks like trouble, I'll cut it down, or I'll cut it right down. You're playing with fire, but again, part of where I think the narrative is going is you getting taken, so... Maybe that's now? Maybe. Do think we're doing a lot with the eyes with Foss as well. Back me up, okay? Like a little bit tired and lackadaisical and too cool almost, you know? But also weary, also burdened with knowledge. Like a lot of things going on here with the faces, which I like. And again, signifying that change, especially that change that occurred over winter. You compare Foss before and after there, it's night and day. What is Gsh? I guess that's like the gold or something. Or maybe the sword. Weird. Alright, seems like Ghost is going to back up. I will. Be careful. Or be careful, I will. Yeah, I guess that's how you would read that. You kind of go this way. Like, left to right, top to bottom. So this would be before this, I guess. And then, yeah, as we do with the manga, obviously the fights are fucking awesome. There's just not a ton of dialogue though, right? So Foss has bounded upwards, up to the sunspot itself. Seems like a pretty normal type one with a bunch of dudes with just bows. Obviously, we're blocking all the arrows with this kind of gold structure as well. Using our goo powers. We love some good goo powers, of course. Now, we must remember what happened last time. This person, or this Lunarian, almost like came into being a little bit more in the art style of the manga. They almost looked like they were more tangible and touchable. In the dialogue of the manga as well, we learnt that their eyes change color. So, I don't know. Again, I'm seeing something like certain like organisms acclimatized to different places. Like people are different whether they be under the sea, whether they be on land, or whether they be up in the sky from the moon, you know? But yes, we're in information gathering mode. Concentrate, gather as many clues as you can. That's all I can do for now. Someday, Cinnabar and I, and you're considering that whole relationship as you're fighting, this is very similar to where kind of Adamant was standing before as well. That's something, maybe. Some with the two moons I like a lot as well. Obviously, the moon has its significance to, you know, this whole part too, but like that whole pair idea is my point. One that's way larger than the other, gazing off into that kind of, you know, like symbolism in the sky. Maybe one day we could be together as well on a kind of grand scale, on an astral scale. Me and, you know, my partner. Something like that, maybe. But yeah, potentially here we're getting distracted because it's like swish and then Ghost is looking worried. Yeah, I'd be worried too. It seems like Foss is in strife. Okay. Did Foss fly a little bit close to the sun, maybe? Yeah, that's very quick. It's almost like 2 pages there, just goes downhill. Oh yes, of course, and then we have these. So I'm guessing this is the end of the volume. Yes. Oh, hello? Yeah, okay. And then a few ads at the very end. What do we got here? What is happiness? From the creator of Flowers of Evil? I know about Flowers of Evil. And Fire Force, of course. Yeah, okay. Sure. Some shoujo something. Welcome to the Ballroom? I think I've heard of that. Inspector? I've seen that. Neo Parasite? Is that like Parasite? Cells at Work? I know a Silent Voice, of course. Is that analogous? When did this come out? 2015? Yeah, that's about there. Interesting. Okay, bet. I should go back and read our little comedy too, as well, over here. So, Rutiel, when do you work on this Padparasha puzzle? Always. Every morning, every night, when I have a few spare minutes at work. I even wake up sometimes during hibernation. Obsessive much? Okay. Very gay, sure. Well, not even gay, they're just androgynous. The insides of those hulls are so smooth, I just love to touch them. You're a freak. And gems love Padparasha just as much as they love me. Yeah, okay. Whatever it takes to finish this conversation. That's funny. So people come ask for advice all the time. Oh, okay, so people go to the corpse and, like, ask for advice. And then... and then you, like almost from beyond the kind of grave. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah. That's quite funny. I like that. Okay, interesting. We've got some translation notes here too. Seems like Padparasha thing comes from the Sanskrit Padma Ranga, which means lotus color, and then obviously you're looking at lotus pods' roots, have holes in them, similar to that, and then, you know, all that kind of lotus flower symbolism along with that character too. Definitely a lot of Buddhist kind of inspiration for this story in general, you would say. So, one to watch there for sure. Blue Moon, apparently this is their calendar system, right? And yeah, from the reading, likely this entry took place sometime in spring. Okay, fair enough. And the crystal inside me, Ghost Quartz, also known as Phantom Quartz, is so named because it is a crystal with another fully formed crystal, or several, inside of it. Because quartz is clear, the inner crystal is visible from the outside, creating an image that looks like a phantom or a ghost. Okay, so that's the kind of geological explanation of, like, that character. We do a lot of this kind of stuff, right? Diamond having the highest hardness and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, from there, other than all the ads, I don't think there's anything else. And this is the next volume, Volume 6, Chapter 37. That seems all correct up there, which is nice. Now, I don't know what to read into this at all. Who are these characters, chat room? Maybe I can learn this from here. Okay. Is this Peridot? Peridot on the front cover? Down the bottom there, maybe? Okay. And Sphene, of course. And then, who's our other one? That almost looks like Antark. It doesn't look like anybody else here. There are a lot of frickin' gems in this show, man. This is very cute. Page 2. Oh, it hasn't been framed. I apologize, everybody. That's a little bit better. Or maybe I can even just go like this so everyone can say for a bit. Yeah, it's like this character and this character, which are like new. So, alright. One to watch, maybe. One to watch. And yeah, I would like to get to chapter 40. Yeah, maybe finish 40. We'll see. Oh, yeah, this looks pretty bad for Foss, man. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Foss has been cut in twine. And that wasn't even, like, the big boss up here. That was just these little bullshit guys. So, like, that's no good. And look at that. That's not good. Oh, that's funny. Foss? Just kidding. No problems here, totally fine. I can just connect my two halves with this alloy and pull myself together. Come on. But then, like, losing power over it as well. Okay. Yeah, bet. Why is it, like, struggling now? Again, that's been kind of a theme over the previous chapters, that we're kind of losing, like, control of it. But again, what does that mean metaphorically? Because that's a part of myself that I've taken on board in the process of changing. Maybe there's some part of myself deep down that doesn't want to reconnect here and do it this way. Maybe there's some other part of myself that wants this to occur. And does that come from a position of wanting to be taken? Does that come from a position of self-doubt and self-hatred because of my actions based on my change? Lots of reads there, I think. But yeah, hey Ghost, it's time to step up, buddy. I'm struggling over here. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. I can't move my alloy. That's no good at all. Yeah, this doesn't look great. My alloy's a big pile of fucking goo. It's doing nothing at all. Foss, no! Watch out! It'd be funny if Foss just fucking carked it and it was some new character that became the main character of the manga. That could be funny. Ooh, I don't like this. So obviously, I'm in two parts. No good. There's like this little caress of the thigh there by the Lunarian. Like you're appraising something. Like you're looking at, this new... I've been hunting. I've been, like, mining, for lack of a better term. And I found this. This is precious to me. I'm, again, observing it, appraising it. That's not a good feeling at all. And then Ghost to the rescue. No, you don't. Is it even Ghost? Yeah, no, it's Ghost. It's got the scythe. Yeah, bet. Okay. Oh, no. Is this going in the direction I think it's going? So what's been a theme with Foss? People jumping in, trying to save Foss, and then losing themselves in the process, right? Antark, the Amethyst twins. A lot of examples there in the story thus far. If that occurs again because of Foss's inability to act, I thought the gold was the answer, but it's not the answer. I need something else. That'll fucking send him loopy. That'll send him insane. So Ghost, please don't get taken, but it looks like Ghost is not doing super well. Interesting, okay. Close call for Ghost. A lot of arrows being fired. That's an awful lot of arrows. I concur. If this goes on too long, they'll beat us. Don't act up today, please. I won't. It's almost like I'm having this conversation within myself. It's almost like there's two sides of myself. Almost like I'm some kind of phantom quartz creature. And again, obviously, that portion of myself is also a portion that reflects Lapis so very much. In the dialogue here, they're reading you, you're too slow. I know, stop nagging me, it's been a while, okay? It's almost like you're possessed almost. Like, again, we've got these two personalities going on. One's a lot more judgmental. Behind you! Oh no. Okay, yeah. Foss is still in trouble. Okay, now we're isolating Foss. Yeah, okay. So Foss was going to get taken by these Lunarians over here. Obviously, I need to stop that happening. Let's cut off the whole structure and let Foss fall to his safety. Sans this other half of him. And I'm probably going to get taken as a result. Certainly not looking good. lost an arm there. Again, have I said that the faces are fantastic? I love this little grimace here as shit's getting serious. I'm losing parts of myself. This is no good. Again, obviously this is doubly scary for you because one part of yourself represents that connection to Lapis. You're like beloved. So like, I don't know, that's something. And down here, continuing this kind of structure of having a conversation with myself. Change of plans. Trying to outlast them, eh? Pain in the... We have to get them to drop Foss's lower half first. Well, I can think of one way to distract them. Yeah, I know. And then it seems like you're going to use your arm in the process. Okay, yeah, bet. You guys can have my arm. Ooh, shiny. Look at that. They love it. They're all focused on it. And again, that can be my kind of... I can now get away because of that. And get away with that lower half of Foss. Again, have I mentioned that this manga's beautiful? Like, this structure of the panels is so good. A lot of symmetry going on, which is lovely. All I'll say is that this fucker up here hasn't acted yet, really. So, like, there's more to play with this encounter, I think. Do we have a chapter title? I forget. Instead. Ghost is going instead of me, maybe? But yeah, seems like the plan worked. They're all pretty distracted about this. Falls right in the bowl. Aha! Nice. This was the perfect thing to do to, get past this encounter. And yes, this lower half of Foss has fallen, which is good. That's what we wanted. But you're kind of falling apart in the process. Thoughts? Thoughts, anybody? You'll get your chance soon enough. Yeah, I'll be watching for it. Yeah, hang in there. Yeah, you've always been here, this black crystal inside me. Yeah, this feels like death is imminent. It's like this part of myself, again, deep down inside myself, is telling, like, encouraging me, like, giving me, almost like, it reads as, like, death flaggy, like, a lot, this kind of dialogue. You're violent and self-centered and an incorrigible nuisance. Incorrigible? Incorrigible means unchangeable. Okay, fair enough. Lapis isn't coming back, and we're always causing trouble for every gem. I always thought all of that was your fault. I know. I guess you would. And I really hate that about you too. I'm so sick of being stuck with you. But today I'm glad you're here. After they tear me off of you, I want you to protect Foss, okay? Ghost! Okay, interesting. It is death flaggy, but not in the way you think. Interesting. Okay. So when I was thinking this black crystal inside of me, I was thinking small. No. Seems like what we're doing is... like, it's like another person, another, like, layer of my skin is, like, hiding inside of me. Almost like a cocoon, right? With this whole theme of metamorphosis coming out of it. Got a lot of butterflies going on, too. That's very nice. Okay. Yeah, this is very interesting. I didn't see it going this direction at all. But yes, I think my read continues to be valid of this person inside of me is my kind of conscience, but also the outer shell was my inhibitions. Or, like... what's the thing? The thing holding me back, and now with that gone, I can just be purely me. That's what I read this as a little bit, right? I've lost this outer shell. We've technically lost Ghost. Ghost is going to become someone else, but that person was also ultimately Ghost deep down inside all along. So we have incited change. There's literally been a metamorphosis happening right in front of us, personality-wise. Why would you say that? See, help is on the way. But then it's like, oh, hey, answer me. This is great kind of manga stuff too, right? The kind of darkened crystal inside has always been relegated to these thought bubbles. And now, right here at this moment, they're actually saying words aloud. Like, it's no longer... I'm the parasite and they're the host, right? Now I'm just the being, Like, not quite that vibe of, like, as negative as a parasite, but kinda? Like, you know what I mean? Like this is great. I thought that there was still this outer shell here, but that outer shell is now gone. But yeah, it seems help is arriving. Bortz and Adaman and the whole crew, which is cool. And yeah, I wonder how... again, Foss is going to feel about this. This is another person that's died protecting me, that's been taken ultimately. What can we take from that? But yeah, it seems like we're having a little bit of an existential crisis. Hey, answer me. And then, off I go. Seeming like a lot of those ghost bits are being kept up here too. Maybe another thing to pursue. We'll see. But yeah, off this new person, I'm just going to call them Ghost for the time being, goes into the water. Scythe is there, all cut up too. So yeah, that was the instead. The instead was this outer layer of myself is gone instead of the inner layer and instead of Foss. That's what I think the chapter title was implying there. And then yeah, chapter 38, Ghost Quartz. Seems like Foss is all back together again. Humpty Dumpty style, or the opposite of Humpty Dumpty style, I guess. Oh, love this first person shot here. Rutiel and the gang helping us out. I look at my arms. They seem to be working in the here and now, but why did they fail in that time of need? Oh, this is great. Where's Ghost? Oh, we don't know what to say. Yeah, with Sensei? Oh, good. Ghost is okay. What a relief. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Everyone point and laugh. He doesn't know. And yeah, we don't know whether to tell him or not. I'm so glad. Oh no. Oh, another fantastic one. Look at this down here. Lovely. Also, this clearly reveals the thing to me, right? Chapter, page 30. If I go all the way back to the start. Here. That's clearly new Ghost. That's who's on the cover. That's great. Yeah. Bet. Are we reading into anything character design wise where this one looks a little bit more boyish than Ghost, who probably leaned a little bit more feminine in the design? Is anything there? It's also a haircut for character development, which we love to see. So yeah, obviously nighttime, like the illumination here, calling out to Ghost. I'm so sorry, I'm really glad you're okay. No, seriously, this is a huge relief. Ghost, that is you, isn't it? Kinda? I've changed. I've lost the outer layer. Read into that however you will. And Ghost already is not keeping his promise, because we've fucking given Foss a left-right goodnight. Super, super dangerous off the fucking right hand. Big swing, big step through. Maybe I should read something with a little bit more fighting in it too. That could be fun. I do like fighting. Anyway, yeah, obviously this is that disappointment of why did that other half of me have to go instead of you? Why did they choose to make that decision? They were my only friend here from the very beginning, and you've done something to sever that, which again is unfair, but you're also just lashing out and coping, which I guess is fair enough as well. But yeah, seemingly pretty strong. Whatever that material was deep down inside seemed to be pretty hard, so maybe it's a power-up as well for Ghost, which is fun. Oh, that's great! Oh, look at this. Okay, so if I go back here, this is the first page of the chapter, and then if, like, after the punch here, oh, back in bed again, need to be repaired. Oh, that's fantastic. What is Studio Orange doing? I want them to fucking adapt this. This thing's great. I can already see it playing out on screen. You know what I mean? Oh, the comedy here is great too. Yeah. That was a freaky dream. Or, that was freaky. What a dream, if I can read. There was this gem, and the hair was different, but the socks were folded the same way. So it was sure it was Ghost, but when I ran over to talk, it was some black gem. Watch it. I'd never seen before, and then I got punched in the face. Ghost is here, right? Yes, with Sensei. That's right. He doesn't know. Yeah, just like my dream. Then yeah, the pacing again, he is great. You're not gonna say anything? Would you know how to explain it? It's like, yeah, you're right, I wouldn't know. I don't know what to do. Foss is experiencing trauma again. We find Ghost again. Socks, rolled up same way. Huh? Again, I think I'm dreaming again. Oh no. How quickly did they put Foss back together as well? How, what's the time distance between these two interactions taking place? Because you still seem pretty bad. Was it like a couple hours or something? Oh my god. Very violent. This is a very funny chapter. I like this chapter quite a bit. Waking up out of bed. That dream again. Scary. The same gem. So creepy. Also, what is this sound up here? This is a Abrugrawara. Is that the sound you're making after being punched? That's very funny. I like that. And then Rutiel, are you awake now? But this time, Ghost is just in the room. I guess this is your classic rule of threes. You need to break the tension after that third. Adamant's here to keep us in line this time too. But yeah, very scared of this kind of phantom figure hiding in the dark. Again, Ghost was very stealthy before as well. So Ghost, what? You mustn't hit your fellow gems. But Sensei, this imbecile. I said no hitting, and I mean it. Foss, you know that Ghost is made of 2 different crystals, don't you? Foss. Oh no, Foss is hiding. Ah yes, Sensei, I can hear you, everything is fine. Traumatized, poor Foss. Well, alright then. The outer Ghost, the gem you knew, was torn off in a fierce onslaught and is now on the moon. Sucks to be you, Foss. Somebody else was taken again because of you. And devastation over here. It was your fault. If your cockiness hadn't gotten you smashed in two, you wouldn't have needed our protection. Still saying ow, okay. You want to know how Lunarians communicate? I don't know if you're trying to talk to them or what. Be cool, chill, dude, chill, be cool. Adamant's right there. He doesn't need to know all this. But you'll never pull it off, so forget about it. Leave the Lunarian research to the fanatic. Obviously, Alex, over here. From now on, you will follow my orders until we retrieve every piece of my other half and you apologize. You'll get no forgiveness from me. Militant. Demanding. Mad. Fair enough on the mad part. I mean, like, you lost a part of yourself, or your best friend, however you want to see that perspective, because of your hubris, I guess? Your folly? Yeah, you wanted to do something and, something out of the ordinary, not play by the rules. You flew too close to the sun. Lots of stuff you can go with there. And because of that, I'm irreparably damaged. So, yeah, I mean, I see your perspective, I guess, is what I'm saying. Oh, still keeping the comedy going, too. Anyway, I'm skipping ahead. Ghost, you shouldn't lay all the blame on Foss. You're too forgiving, Sensei. The idiot keeps trying to get away with everything because you keep coddling the little baby. If you don't lay down any boundaries, this is only going to happen again. I agree that this is my fault. Do it again. Oh, this is Foss. Do it again. Hit me again. Maybe this is another dream. Huh? And then, yeah, I'm gonna actually, trample you. Don't think I'm going to spoil you, too. No. I'm not going to feel this sympathy. I'm actually going to follow through on the violent actions. And then, yeah, Adamant's still there to keep you in check. And then, yeah, time skip here. So this is this delineation here, too. Seems like Foss is now Ghost's lackey, carrying the scythe for Ghost. I guess that's the relationship dynamic they've settled into. I guess so. Do you think Foss feels guilty? I don't really like to say these things, but in less than a year, we've lost 2 gems after they were paired with Foss. Oh, noble Ghost. We're gonna go with a Ghost Summer or something there, potentially. Giving them a lot of, what's the word? Pomp and circumstance with the honorific, probably in the, Japanese there. This is interesting. I don't like to say things like this, but Foss kind of is a bad luck charm. Again, the Icarus thing keeps coming into my mind, right? I keep trying to do this thing, and it's getting people hurt, And then, yeah, still very respectful here. Will you not apply powder to obfuscate your honorable shine? Sensei told me to keep my light absorption ratio up so that my left arm can assimilate faster. But never mind that. I hear you don't sleep at night. You're not looking into the Lunarians again, are you? No, perish the thought. My insomnia is just a little silly condition of mine. So there's a genuine time skip here too, as I right-click again. So that probably implies why you're holding the scythe as well. You've been kind of relegated to Ghost's left arm until it absorbs and assimilates. Fair enough. I've made up my mind, instead of pursuing this Lunarian thing, to live the remainder of my life as your absent left arm, honorable Ghost. My, what a thought. Leave the Lunarian research to the fanatic by all means. Oh yeah, you're shuddering. It's like that classic, stop right-clicking. It's like that classic somebody's talking about you and you, sneeze thing. Yeah, okay. As for your pitch-black luster, I find it quite satisfactory. You're mocking me, aren't you? And then, yeah, kind of scene transition. They're opposite colors, but sometimes I see a resemblance. Yeah, okay, just in This is pretty deep. I like this. Okay, we've cut you down, and you're only the internal stuff. You're only almost the emotions that are hidden. You're only that. But just when the right light hits you, you remind me of that previous you. So maybe again, deep down inside of you, there is a reflection of the other ghost as well. Also, again, reading into that Lapis thing as well. Lapis or ghost themselves, that inner person, this ghost, really resonated with Lapis. So maybe when we meet Lapis, Lapis will be similar here. If and when, I don't know if we will. Or maybe even a flashback to see Lapis and see what all that was like. Only time will tell. What are these gongs as well? There is a gong. Oh yeah, of course, Lunarians. Fair enough. Wait, what is occurring? Lunarians. Ugh, I wanted to find them first. And then you turn slightly, and then it seems like... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, this is like a sunspot that's like freaking out. But no, it's fucking Foss. Foss is... tweaking. Okay. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I'm afraid they'll take you away, Antark. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, that looks like Antark. Yeah, bet. Just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. Let's get a better shot here. This isn't really Antark. This is. I thought this reminded me of Ghost a little bit, just in the face. Again. I've never been good at this kind of stuff. But again, this is only natural, right? Because of my actions and because of these things showing up, the people around me keep perishing, keep passing away. Obviously, I don't want this to occur to what remains of Ghost, so I'm going to keep them trapped and hidden. You don't get to go see the Lunarians. I'm too traumatized. I have this kind of PTSD thing going on that you will be taken. But then you're like cracking... too. What? Okay, because then we go here. It's almost like the gold is like taking control. What the hell? What the hell is the implication there? In chapter 39, self-admonition. What is admonition? Like a reprimand. Okay. I'm punishing myself? Well, that's kind of what this kind of cracking seems like, right? Yeah, Foss is tweaking. You? What did you say? Huh? I'm afraid they'll take you away, Antark. You're the one I'm afraid of. And yeah, it seems like it's getting pretty serious here. Oh no, we're kind of playing this for jokes. I thought we were going to play this a little bit more seriously. Because then Rutiel looks out the window as everybody's like hustling and bustling because there's a sunspot. We then have kind of... Oh my god. Can I speak? Foss like keeping Ghost like trapped, you know? And then like, oh, I guess they haven't settled their beef yet. No. Oh, I missed this panel. Do you hear a weird sound like dragging? And I guess this is what this is up here. Fair enough. Then the whole gang's fighting. Very cool. And it seems like Foss just kind of shows up. Foss? What's that? Oh, you know, we wouldn't want Antark getting caught. What? Just a, hey, Melon, what are you doing? Who the hell's Melon? Then you look inside the little gold prison. Look, Foss, this rock's not Antark. It's Ghost. Rock? Yeah, Foss is fucking tweaking. Because then you look down inside. You're right. And Foss, are you touching Ghost directly? Is that a good idea? You're falling apart. Oh, I'm fine. Ghost, Antark, it doesn't matter. The point is, I don't want anyone getting captured because of me. I see. Excuse me, Foss, we're a little busy here. Can that confusing stuff wait? Yeah. Funny. We like funny. Yeah, it's almost like you've been, like, possessed. It's like, fuck. Do you understand, right, Antark? I'm not Antark. I can't figure out the secret either. I can't undo what's been done. After all I've tried. And you're, like, going gloopy. Another thing I'm failing to consider is the gold and the connection to Antark specifically. We went on that mission to get me some arms. Again, because... Okay, let me break this down. The ice flows. The ice flows reflected my own insecurities back at me. They were, by extension, the reason I lost my arms, right? Because of that, because of my own insecurities, we then had to go on a journey to find me new arms. We found this gold shit. It kind of connected to me. Then a sunspot showed up. Then essentially Antark sacrificed themselves for me. And again, this gold that I've also struggled to contain, to keep as a part of myself, to do all this other kind of stuff, right? Like, I tried to change, and because of that trying to change, I'm hurting the people around me, and that continues to occur. So now, almost in a faux sense of clarity, I'm keeping everybody away from these things with the same gold, right? I don't want to fall into those same trappings. So yeah, I mean, Seems like a self-punishment to me. Seems like the Foss we know is cracking apart. After all I've tried, nothing ever. And then, yeah, falling apart. It's no good. But can it wait, guys? Like, we're kind of busy here at the moment. Wait, has Foss turned into some kind of abomination here? It's almost like we're, like the different, like, strands and tentacles are holding different parts of Foss. Yeah, that's a little bit creepy. I don't like that at all. It's a very cool panel, though. Very, very cool. Yeah, this is just great art. Like, this is a great symbol for what I'm talking about, and that kind of, the kind of struggle within Foss's own mind, you know, because of all these factors that I've listed, you know. I don't want other people to get hurt again in the process of me trying to do what I'm trying to do. And yeah, even, yeah, this is like a crushing sound, right? It's like crushing me even more to the point where it, you know, smashes into a trillion pieces. Paking is the sound effect too there if you wanted to know it. And yeah, everyone's shell-shocked. They're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. The alloy, it looks like it's grabbing pieces of Foss and crushing them. Whatever it's doing, we have to stop it. The alloy stopped working the other day when Foss was split in two. Okay, so how do you know that? I guess maybe Foss told you. And then we're calling it a Jade. You want me to do it? Wouldn't boards be better for this kind of... If all the pieces are ground into powder, it will be a nightmare to recover and repair them. And I just pulled 5 all-nighters. Hurry! Get in there, Jade! Stop Foss from literally killing themselves. Okay. Also, Adamant? Can Adamant help too? Because now he's here. So yeah, Jade fucking... Big, nice body work. Punch to the midsection, take the wind out of you with a big ka-snap as well. And then, yeah, as I'm falling apart, as the gold's kind of losing grip on all these different parts, we see Adamant rear his ugly head, of course, looking at, you know, what's become of everything because of at least partially my actions, right? I could have told Foss to just go to bed, but I didn't. I allowed Foss to stay during winter. And because of that, Foss's brain is all fucked up now. Maybe I'm taking some amount of guilt into that. Again, blaming yourself, like Foss does. And yeah, Foss is just a pile of goo. And I guess we fought the Lunarians, and that's fine too. And then, yeah, back in the hospital bed. And Ruchiel, clearly very tired. Your body is a complex patchwork of unprecedented 5 types of prosthesis. I barely know the first thing about it. Could you please avoid situations that are likely to get you smashed? The second I wake up, I'm getting lectured. Scoot over, Padparasha, I'm sleeping with you. Aw. Knock it off! Yeah, okay, so you struggled to put Foss back together again. Yeah, fair enough. And then, yeah, very serious. Jade was traumatized after having to hit you. But I hate to admit it, but honestly I'm not sure I can fix you every time. You've gotten stronger, but that comes with its own consequences and responsibilities. You have to think before you act. And then I'd pause. Going bonkers isn't going to bring them back. Who's talking? I guess it's, Ghost. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, because this is Ghost appearing here. This is Jade in the back, all kind of balled up. That's no good. But yeah, that's true. You've already lost your arms and legs. If you lose your sanity, you'll be even more useless. You're exactly right. And then another pause. Another pause again, walking past. If it gets to be more than you can stand, go ahead and call me Antark, Ghost, whatever you want. But what is your name? Are we actually just calling you Ghost? I guess. And then, yeah, Foss following out into, like, the rain or something, right? Standing right next to Ghost. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I have these hallucinations because I want to see them. All because of this childish desire to have someone else fix everything. But I figured it out now, so I won't do it anymore. I can cut you a bit of slack, but it's hard on you, too. Lapis and Ghost. You've lost 2 partners, too. It's not hard. Well, that's cope. You're clearly... Why are you so mad? You punched me for a reason. We're very similar in that regard. We've lost people and we're lashing out at each other. Can't we just hug and sing Kumbaya or something? Oh, that's a great line. So, okay. It's not hard, but I'm tired of praying. And then cut to Adamant, who's kind of praying as well, as he watches kind of the hail, or the rain, or the something clack on the windows here and make this really heavy sound. Again, this is very cinematic. I could see this playing out in the anime very similarly. But yeah, it seems like Fosses steeled themselves here by this kind of portion, and then Adamant still considering things. Again, I'm tormenting the ones I love because of my actions, and Some part of me must know that Foss is pursuing secrets about me, and maybe that's leading to Foss's downfall. I'm guilty about this, blah, 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 blah. Complex character. Park that. A name, chapter 40, and this will be the last one we'll do. This chapter here seems a smaller one too. I think it's only 20 pages, so yeah. A name is the name of the chapter. It's been hailing the last few nights. I don't know what character is here, but they do seem to possess toes, which is good info, good intel. Okay, seems to be Foss and Ghost, of course, and a little Game of Thrones reference here too for those that are... that still care about Game of Thrones, I guess. I'm thinking of taking winter duty this year. So it's almost been a year. Okay, yeah, fair enough. No, they're already talking about having everyone do it in shifts. Don't jump ahead. Yeah, good point. You're awfully cheery all of a sudden. That's scary in its own way. All right, race you to the West Coast. Listen, you're overcompensating. I agree. Foss is definitely overcompensating. You can't just be happy-go-lucky now. There's got to be a happy in-between. You're not being yourself. You're bottling the emotions. That'll lead to this outburst again from the gold side, I'm sure. Okay, but you look up at the moon, and it's a large crescent moon that's quite pretty. But other than that, not much to report. And I guess Foss was running at some speed. Foss, are you feeling better? Should you be running like that? Yep, I'm okay now. Now I'm worried. Huh? And these two characters, let me get out my little cheat sheet again. So to my eyes, it's Hammy and Melon. Because we've called you Melon in the past. I think you're quite... quite the fun design with the green and the red. And then, yeah, your hair definitely matches here. Yeah, you're just adorable. I like you a lot. Melon. Hello, Melon. From now on, I'm going to be more of a team player. It's a new morning and a new me. Let's all be friends, okay? I think you've lost it. No, this kind of ganky thing isn't working for you, man. It's no good. Aye! Get away. Let's all be friends. Foss, you're scaring them. But yeah, they laugh it off. Okay. We'll just take that to mean you're fine. Right, Ghost? I don't know. Yeah, it seems very fake smiley. As things stand now, I'll never uncover the secrets of Sensei and the Lunarians, and I can't go on causing trouble for other gems. I need to be more careful, more calm. I need to think of a safe, sure, perfect way to do this, and until I have one, I'll bury it, deep down, until it dissolves. Much like I dissolved in the snail during the opening portions of the manga. Yeah, just bottle those feelings. Always bottle them, keep them deep down inside. Don't process them. Don't do anything like that. Just nothing. That works great. Yeah, this is fantastic. So you're looking at the moon here, right? And then it's kind of fading out. And then this almost looks like the rim of it's inside water. It's like dissolving in itself. It's like fading away. Like the moon is getting kind of, the cycles of the moon. It's like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. There's a lot of fun metaphors going on there for sure. This desire for me to, see the unknown. And also the desire in of itself to help Cinnabar, right? Who's very much associated with the moon because of their nighttime activities. Everything in itself is dissolving here in this moment. My desire to find out the secret, and my desire to remedy Cinnabar and their condition. That's a beautiful metaphor. I love that a lot. Anyway. Oh yeah, come here. What are you planning? Because then you're like, come here, what are you doing? And then you run, and then you look back, and then you run some more. You're playing silly buggers. What are you doing? Foss is just like those puffykins. Oh, the little fucking Shiro dudes. Yeah. Hef. This brings back memories. The year is ending. I said, what? Hey, don't run from me! Sensei, if it's possible, what do you think about calling this gem by a new, more fitting name until Ghost comes back? What do you think? Do you want a new name? Whatever, either way. Well, that's a little bit of tsundere coming through. I like that. A new name. I wonder what we're going to call you, I guess. Okay, then Adamant looks for a bit. He first stands, he comes over, he ducks down, he looks, he observes, he touches a lot, until he gets a little glint in his eye. And then you're like, And then you're like, it's just a reflection. This suspicion thing is getting to be a bad habit. Is it? Is it just a reflection of outside, or is something occurring? Okay, I need to stop that. Interesting. Okay. So after looking, and there was a small glint, but maybe that's evidence. Keep it in mind. Okay. Cairngorm. Carney. It's Carney up there. Yeah, I don't know. Gormy? What's the big Gormster doing? I don't know. I don't know about Cairngorm. Cairngorm. Hello, Cairngorm. And yeah, everyone's making sure that they're not dead naming Cairngorm. Yeah, fair enough. Look at these two cuties. Yeah, they're loving it. Okay, that's great. Cairngorm. Yes. Very good, everyone. Does everyone have it memorized now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cairngorm. Little cheer squad. Gasp. Bortz and Zircon aren't here. This won't do at all. Foss sure is excited. Good, good. I'm starting to get excited too. It's like we're finally seeing the real Foss again. I don't know. Yeah, it's been weird with all that angst. Yeah, they should continue to bottle down those feelings. It's like the old Foss is back. Despite all the enthusiasm, Foss seems to be more collected now. I guess all your yelling helped the poor gem sort out all those negative feelings. It's like there are finally some strong emotions housed inside that strong body. Way to domesticate them. Domesticate? You've led Foss to a good place. I'm sure Ghost would be proud. Cairngorm, your new name. This is clearly cope. Foss is doing worse than ever, and they're just bottling the feelings down deep inside. What was the chapter called again? It was called something. A name. Okay, yeah, now we named Cairngorm, of course. And yeah, Foss is just running around everywhere. I did it. I got Bortz to say it too. It took some doing, but hearing it from Bortz really gave it some gravitas. Huh? Cairn what? Say it. Oh, okay, that's cute. Oh, Bortz, you fucking stick in the mud. You're great. Yeah, it's a good name. It sounds serious and tough. Cairngorm. Do you like the name Cairngorm? I know I told you to call me whatever you want, but now that you gave me a new name, it feels like Ghost is really truly gone. I guess that's a thing I didn't consider about it. Fair enough. But there's a lot in a name. There's a lot in what you call somebody, you know? So it's like I need to attach that personality onto something, right? It used to feel like me and Ghost were two peas in a pod, but now that I'm completely my own entity, it really feels like they are gone. I'm not just one half that needs to find the other half. I'm my own entity. Should I not use it? No. Being in charge of the convalescent center, I'm really struggling with that one. There was something Ghost and I kept pretending we hadn't noticed. We'd get a few fragments here and there when the Lunarians felt like dropping them, but we never got enough to retrieve a single gem. So what does this mean? Like, I guess this is a constant reminder of your own kind of mortality and futility, right? Like, yeah, you need a lot of a gem to get them back. So we're more aware of that than anybody, I guess. But then, yeah, it seems like you're at least putting on that you like the name. It's a good name. It sounds serious and tough. It does sound serious and tough. I like Cairngorm. Yeah, I don't know if you like it or don't like it or what. And yeah, I'll be holding down the fort for a long time. Or here for a long time. It's gonna get boring. Maybe I should try something new. Like, I don't know, signing up for winter duty. And that's where we're leaving it. Okay, you're gonna hang out during winter. Hello, the new Antark. Sign up for something new, like changing. Are you gonna change someone? I don't know. It's a really weird spot to stop, but I think we're going to stop there regardless. Cairngorm. Cairngorm is here, ladies and gentlemen. And I've recorded for almost 2 hours. So yeah. No, I'm liking it a lot. It's moving at a slower pace than I thought it would be moving, if I'm honest. I was expecting big, wholesale changes quicker than they're coming, but I like the character interaction stuff. I think we're positing interesting questions. I think the mysteries are still really good. Yeah. Lots to like. Lots and lots to like. Comment if you're a patron. Comment whatever you think. Discord if you want to talk to me about anything else to do with Land of the Lustrous. Patreon if you want to be that 1 week ahead as well. Let me know about stopping points. If there are particularly good stopping points, I'd like to use them. And yeah, liking my time. Again, format stuff if I'm doing any faux pas when it comes to manga. Let me know. I don't know. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching this week. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.